Alright guys, for today we're going to remove the front bumper from this Mercedes E-Class W211. As you can see, this is the updated bumper, or the facelift bumper. I'm pretty sure that it's pretty similar for the pre-facelift as well. So what we need to do first of all, because the wheels are quite big on this car, we're going to actually take the wheels off, because we will need to get the wheel arch liner off as well. So we'll go ahead and do that first. Alright, so as you can see, we've took the wheel off here. You may not necessarily need to take the wheel off yourself. We've got quite big wheels, so we've decided to do that, but you can get away with just turning the wheels in the relevant direction to get to these particular screws or rivets. Now I'm just going to show you where the rivets and bolts are. First of all, we've got one kind of retaining rivet there. We've got a nut there. We've got a nut there, a nut there. We've got a nut there. And coming up, we've got a nut there and a nut there. There it is there. So basically it's two halves of the arch. You've got this arch, this side here, which is one half, and then this is the other half. So we'll get those out. And there is one more which I forgot to tell you about. It is under here, and it's a rivet just there. So first of all, we'll try and get the rivets out. We've got a rivet or lug sort of remover here. We just need to kind of work this in. It should come out just like that. That's the first one, and then the second one is up here. Alright, so next we're going to concentrate on 4 of the bolts, the nuts. We've got this one, which is a 10mm, that one's a 10mm, that one's a 10mm, and that one's a 10mm as well. So we'll start with this one. That's the first one, and then we'll just get the remaining nuts out as well. Alright, so we have the 4 10mm nuts out. Now we've got to concentrate on these two. They look like bolts to me, but these I believe are 8mm. Yeah, that's an 8mm. So we'll get these out. So then in theory we should get away with being able to pull the arch liner out now. So we'll give that a try. Bear with me though, because it is something I've never done before. one rear arch liner. What we can do is go ahead on the other side. I assume everything's going to be exactly the same on the other side, but if it's different, I'll let you know. So we'll go and do that now. Alright, so we have the other side out now as well, and we found the process exactly the same. There is the two sets of screws, nuts and rivets that you will need to remove for the arch lining. Now we'll move on to other parts. So coming underneath the bumper, you will see 4 bolts. You have one right there, and further back you have one there, and then the back also there, and then towards the front there. So I think these are an 8mm, let me just check. Yeah, these are an 8mm, so we'll get these out. There we go, so we've got 2 out, we'll do the other 2. Alright, so we have those out. Put those on our little bench here, and then we should be able to pull out this section here. It should just come out quite easily. Let's see though. There we are. Full of small little rocks and things, so we'll get that out of the way. Then we'll open the bonnet. In where the headlights are, in between, you'll see a bolt right there. That's an 8mm, and across on the other side, exactly the same, 8mm. And these are very easy to remove. On the other side, you can just start to undo this by hand. It's that easy. So we'll put those. One thing I did forget to mention, that back inside the wheel arches, if you look right there, you will see it torques screw, and it's a, I believe it's a T25, but you'll need to remove that as well. And this will be on both sides. And once you've removed this, so there's the screw. There's it, there it is. Once you've removed that, you'll see like a bar in here, and this can just pull to one side. I need to put a bit of force on that. So there you see the bar has swung out. It's kind of like on a hinge on the other side, and that will allow the bumper to sort of become free there, so we'll do that on the other side as well. Alright, so the last remaining 2 bolts you need to go underneath. And then as we are looking up, you'll see a 10mm bolt there, and further along you'll see another 10mm bolt there. Might help if you just pull the bottom of the bumper out a bit. So we need to remove those, and then we should be able to pull the bumper off. For this you might need to use an extender. As you can see there, we've got 1, 2 extenders, and then quite a long 10mm. Alright, so we have those 2 10mm out now. You will definitely need an extension bar or a breaker bar, because you need a bit of length to get underneath the bumper into the socket, and then you can actually twist the bar around. Right, so it looks like I found 2 extra 10mm bolts, one right there and one right there. Alright, so we're nearly there. One thing I did forget to mention is the connections for the fog lights. So we've got one there, got one there which I've taken out, and we've also got a connection for a temperature sensor, which is, let me just try and get in here. So the temperature sensor is this one here. I'll get that out, and also I believe this one here is the parking sensor, so we'll get this out as well. There we are. Bumper is now removed from this W211 Mercedes E-Class.